Good evening and welcome everybody to tonight's discussion. I'm glad we were able to get this in before the pending storm. Seems that we've had a nice winter so far, but as always, Massachusetts seems to flip when it comes to March. So let's get through this and get everyone home safely tonight. So tonight's discussion is Uber versus Lyft, customer support and customer services. This will be presented to you today by myself, Brett Lerner, and Dennis Wong, who was unable to make it tonight. So let's move on. Basically, for the most part, Uber and Lyft tend to work on similar platforms. However, they do have some differences when it comes to customer support. So as we start off, I'd like to just go through the interfaces that Uber and Lyft use. So obviously, they require internet. They calculate fare based on distance and time. ETA on Uber is shown before you book a ride. However, on Lyft, requires you to request a ride first. Credit, debit cards only. You may tip the driver at the end of the ride on both apps. Lyft allows you to add additional stops along your route. Both apps allow you to rate your driver, and in large cities, Lyft is generally cheaper than Uber. Some of the customer support services and communication channels that Uber and Lyft offer are pretty much the same. However, they work, a little bit differently depending on which app you favor. For the most part, both apps have websites where you can request help through help.lyft.com and help.uber.com. Lyft and Uber both have email support. They both have in-app support, critical response lines, and social media at asklyft.com and at Uber_support. Lyft versus Uber customer support. Some of the similarities between their website, help.lyft.com and help.uber.com. For the most part, as you can see on the PowerPoint, they offer, it's kind of what I would like to call a link flow. So you can see below, you can click on your issue, and then from there, another tab will open. From there, another tab will open in another tab. So there's no such thing as one-click resolutions in either app. However, if you work through the stream of links, you will find a resolution, or hopefully at the end, a customer service representative that you can actually communicate with. Some of the differences that you might see between these two websites are Uber, they're very subtle, obviously, but Uber, you must log into their webpage prior to stating an issue or complaint. Lyft allows you to state your issue or complaint up front without giving your information. However, in order to get in touch with someone, obviously you have to give your information, or else, how do they find you? Lyft has a contact support link directly on the homepage. So unlike Uber, Lyft, you can actually click customer support, enter your information. In Uber, you have to kind of go through those steps, that flow link that I like to call it, in order to get to a representative. Uber has a search bar, however, where you can type in your complaint or issue, and through that you can kind of specify what you're looking for, where the help you need is, and where you can find it. For the most part, though, they're pretty similar interfaces. However, through my experiences, I've found that Lyft was a little bit easier to use and a little bit more customer friendly. Emails, again, they work the same, similar on both platforms. In order to access email, you must first submit your complaint and give them your email in order for them to get back in touch with you. It kind of is difficult from what I've found to actually get in touch with someone without having to go through these channels. Obviously, with the amount of customer inundation that these types of rideshare apps have, there's obviously a lot of need for customer support. And I guess for the most part, being somewhat new in the world of technology, it's easier for them to reach back out to you instead of you reach out to them and kind of swamp their support lines, if you may. So as you can see below here, you click your issue or complaint, and then you just enter your email or phone number, and at their earliest convenience, I guess, you can get in touch with them, or they'll get in touch with you. I'm sorry. In-app support, again, pretty similar when it comes to getting in touch with a customer support representative. On the top left hand of both tabs, or both apps or websites, you'll see a pull down menu. You pull down that menu, and on both app and website for both companies, there's a help button in which you would click, and again, that link will bring you to their website at Uber and Lyft. So, critical response lines. When it comes to critical response lines, Lyft has the upper hand, allowing customers to seek help via their help.lyft.com site. Through just 2 clicks, you can actually get to the link where you can leave your phone number in order for them to call you back, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner of the slides presented here. However, when it comes to safety concerns with Uber, it seems as though they do not have contact for a critical response line. However, Uber is testing a sort of panic button, as they like to call it, on their website in some cities, not all right now. These panic buttons bring you to a response team in Chicago and Phoenix, where representatives are trained on assisting customers in all areas of critical needs. What I found on actually both websites is obviously these critical response lines don't take place for 911 in case of any immediate assistance, and they still recommend that if you are in danger or if you need quicker response, to please call 911. Lyft and Uber customer support on in-app support is same as any company really. The best way to obviously get in touch with these companies is to direct message them on Twitter. They also have Instagram and Facebooks where you can reach out to them through direct message. However, the way that things are trending these days, it's easier through Twitter. Obviously, you can also use a tweet, as they like to call it, to tweet at Lyft or Uber. However, response time is usually, if you get a response, it's usually slow because of the inundation of tweets that they are receiving, being such big companies with such high rider rates. So, as I look back, it seems that they don't have a great customer support response team. I've actually had some experience with this. It takes a while for you to find this information in order to reach out to them, and it takes even longer for them to reach out to you. So my recommendation to them would be to create a team where there is a phone number directly available to you where you can get in touch with customer service representative 24/7 in order to hash out these critical emergencies that happen on the spot. Not too long ago, I actually was in a Lyft ride where the Lyft driver charged me for about $500 ride for a 10-minute drive, which should have been about $13. I think it was estimated out to be. I reached out to their customer support team, and it was very hard for them to get back to me, and it was kind of a difficult situation in order to resolve a solution to the issue. So again, my recommendation would be to find some way to better their system and better their customer support moving forward. So I'd like to wrap it up there. I'm glad everyone could make it, and I appreciate you guys braving the pending storm in order to come to this speech, and I hope you guys have a safe ride home and a better weekend. Thanks.